Reality Team TV.
Big up, big up.
We here, we back. Wake up, Charlie. Wake the fuck up, Charlie.
What are you saying?
Come on, man.
What are you saying, you lot? What are you saying, you lot?
We're good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Fucking long journey, but
Yeah.
it was worth it to meet you boys. You guys are calm. So, as I said, big up Reality TV.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. But my name's Charlie, or I go by Wake Up Charlie is my stage name. Call me whatever the fuck you want. It's what it is, bro.
Charlie, we bring you on the red chair, yeah?
Yeah.
The main reason why, we brought you onto the red chair is for us and obviously the people, the viewers, to get to know who is Wake Up Charlie.
Okay, for real.
Who is Wake Up Charlie?
Who is Wake Up Charlie? That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I think I'm an aspiring artist who isn't trying to copy no one. I'm trying to make my own sound. When I'm the way I make songs, I listen to a beat, and then if the beat connects with me, like I'll spend hours and hours looking for beats and beats and beats, and if I'll find one beat that I fuck with, I'll be like, alright, cool, I'm writing this straight away, and I'll make a song in 15 minutes. But it's just about finding that beat for me. So like, yeah, I'd say who's Wake Up Charlie as? I'm an aspiring artist. I'm an up and coming artist. I've done a couple shows here and there. I've got a lot of friends in the industry. I've got a lot of friends doing producing, doing engineering, doing all that. So got a lot of help around me. So I'm just trying to get my music out there, man, for people to listen to. Because my main goal is to influence people. That's the main goal of you. I personally, I think that's the main goal of music. To influence other people, like for them to listen to you, listen to the lyrics and be like, shit, I relate to that, and I can feel that, you know what I'm saying, like an emotional thing. And in my opinion, a lot of man these days sound the same. It's the same shit. Especially with drill and rap. It's like it's the same shit. Like, yeah, you can have a hard flow, but it just sounds fucking samey. So like I wouldn't really call myself a rapper. I would call myself, I sing sometimes, I do fast flows sometimes, I do rap a little bit, but as I said, it really depends on the beat, because once I feel a beat, that's when I can start getting my flows out, that's when I get my lyrics out. And at the end of the day, my main goal is trying to get people, because in my opinion, in the music industry, you can have a hard beat, hard flow, and all of a sudden the crowd's going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But no one's listening to the lyrics. So my main goal is get a hard beat, get a hard flow to get people going. Obviously, you want to get people hyped. But then I want that 1% of people to listen to the lyrics, and I'll be like, oh shit, he's actually speaking some truth here. It's like real shit here.
So you're more into like the work. You're more
songwriting.
How can I say? Like you take pride in your craft.
100%. I'll quality over quantity all day, every day. I've got an engineer right now. I've recorded 6 songs with him. It's taken about 2 months for him to get a couple demos out. And he's still working on them.
Yeah.
I don't want to release them until they're perfect and exactly what I envisioned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's no point otherwise. Like, you're releasing music that if you don't like the music you're putting out, then other people won't like it. They'll get that energy from it. So, yeah, man. Is that a good answer to your question, bro?
A million percent, bro. A million percent. What was your last release? What was the last song that you put out?
Last song that I put out? Well, technically, can I vape in there? Is that alright?
Yeah, go on, do it.
Yeah. Last song I technically released for myself about 3 years ago. Because I was going through a lot of mental health stuff. I got into drug dealing and just stupid shit like that in crib, and that's how I got stabbed and stuff and all that bullshit. But
what drugs was you selling?
Everything, mate. Anything you could ask for, like fucking benzos, pills, MDMA, ecstasy, fucking Diz, cocaine, heroin, crack, anything you could ask for, I was selling. And it was just, I was just being stupid. I was an 18-year-old getting $1,000 a week, thinking I'm a big man. And then all of a sudden, these youngers, like 14-year-olds, nank me up on the lung. And I nearly die in front of my mum. My mum's watching me bleeding out to death, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this shit ain't worth it, bruv. Like, yeah, I'm getting peas, but there's got to be a different way of doing it like this.
Yeah, there's always a price. With that, I've noticed, like, there's always a price and a cost to that.
For sure. Always.
Which people don't understand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Unless you're like a proper like 32-year-old, done it for fucking 20 years, he knows what he's doing, top of the chain. You're either gonna end up dead or in jail. That's the end of it, really. That's the end of the sentence. Because you're never, when you get into that game, it's just eventually there's gonna be that one wrong un who's gonna try rob you, try stab you, try kill you for what? When I got stabbed, my man stabbed me over an ounce of Cali. An ounce of Cali, 28 grams of weed, and my guy got done for attempted murder. That's just wasting life, fam. He's wasted his life. He nearly took my life for what? 28 grams of weed. Back then, I was smoking a half a day. That's 2 days. That's 2 days worth of weed over a life. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know with like the business side of things, when it comes to that, that's what it draws down to.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's so competitive, but it's competitive in the wrong way.
That's what I got drawn into. The money. I was making so much money. I was having fucking crackheads coming to my house, like buying fucking bundles of heroin and shit. And I had people addicted to Xanax, but coming to my yard buying bulk Xanax. And I had all these peas on me, thinking I'm a big man at 18. I'm making peas. I'm paying my mum's rent. I'm paying electricity. I'm helping out with shopping and all that. And then all of a sudden, I get stabbed, and I'm literally watching my mum sit in front of me, put a towel like where I'm bleeding, and I'm thinking in my head, I might die right now. I might die in front of my mum. And that switch like in my head. I was like, there's so much more to life that you can do.
100%, yeah.
And there's so many other avenues you can go down. Like, you got to think about your talents. You got to think about what you're good at. Play to your strengths. And eventually, fucking shit like this happens. I get opportunities. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting next to you guys who've been doing this shit for God knows how long.
For years.
For years. And I'm talking to you lot. Like, I could be dead right now. I could be 6 feet under. But instead, I'm talking to you lot. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make the right decisions. But it took God to slap me in the face and say, bro, you nearly just died over a fucking ounce of weed. This shit ain't worth it. So I cut out instantly. No drug dealing after that.
Kind of like put that aside to do something more positive.
There you go. And that's when I started proper working on my music. I've been making music since I was like 14. Not good music. like you know, back in the day in high school, fucking making diss tracks against each other and shit. But I've always, it's funny, with my GCSEs, I passed English, I passed media studies, and I passed GCSE. That's it. And I didn't study for anything. I turned up to the fucking the exams high as fuck. Off a zoo.
I knew a few people that kind of...
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What age did you start smoking weed?
13.
Mate, fucking 13 smoking 13. Fucking weed.
Yeah, man. It was
How did you get introduced to weed?
It was a funny story actually. I was chilling around my block. It's not really a block, but it's like a
flats.
A
building.
Your block, you know what I'm saying? Like your roads.
Yeah.
And there was this guy called Nishan. He was older than me. He was 18 at the time. I was 13. So I kind of looked up to him. I thought he was cool. He was smoking cigarettes and shit. And I didn't. There was no way I was gonna be able to buy cigarettes and shit. He was drinking Magnums and shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked up to him. And one day he brought me around the corner and he was like, "Oh, bro, smell this." I was like, what's that? It smells nice. It smells nice. And it's like, oh, it's weed. I was like, oh shit, you're smoking weed. I'm a 13-year-old. I don't know fuck all about weed, bro. I don't know fuck all about weed.
It's true.
So I smell it. I'm like, that smells nice. Let's give it a go. And next thing you know, I'm just high as a kite. You know them ones. When the first zoot you smoke, you're fucking gone.
But
gone.
quick question though. You know, usually, obviously, the first time you smoke weed,
Yeah.
like most people anyway,
Yeah.
the first time they smoke, you choke, innit? Because you don't really know how to inhale it
For
properly.
sure. Yeah, I was choking, bro.
How did you?
They were
Okay, you were
laughing
choking.
at me. They were
'cause
laughing at me.
Yeah. So from there, like,
It was weird. It was a spiral. It was a spiral because obviously then I knew my guy Nishan, who was what 4 years older than me. I knew he had access to it, so I kept asking him like, "Oh, can you give me a draw? Can you give me a twos? Can you give me a 220 bag?" You know.
that's how it will start.
That's how it starts. Then, once I started making my own money, I was buying ounces, and then I'm buying 2 in a queue,
Yeah.
and then I'm selling a lot of it, but more time I'm smoking a lot of
It was
it.
getting high a lot on your own supply.
There you
basically.
go. I'm getting high on my own supply.
That's why I could never sell. That's why I could never sell weed as well. Because I'm a shit.
It's too tempting. It's too tempting, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's too
I can't
tempting.
do that,
It's just a fucking fat fucking stack of weed just sitting there. You're like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna grab a nug off that, and I'm gonna smoke that shit.
Yeah.
But as I said, I was making a lot of money when I was drug dealing, but it started off with weed. And it got to the point where I was smoking 7-8 zoots a day, fat zoots every single day.
I know you.
And
You type of man love smoking strong zoots, bro.
yeah, bro. Yeah.
Even how many L's have you ever smoked in your life? You know what L's? You know the long zoots.
L strap. Oh,
L
bro,
strap, yeah.
bro. I've smoked some baseball bats, fam. Some baseball bats, bro.
As soon as you said baseball bat,
Baseball bat.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some
that's what my brother called my zoots, by
baseball
the way, man.
bats.
That's dangerous, bro.
Bro,
hell.
bro, I'm telling you, I was smoking 6-7 zoots a day, and it got to the point where I'm smoking it just to feel normal. I wasn't getting high no more. I was smoking it so I didn't get sick. I was getting withdrawals from weed because I was smoking it every single day for fucking 4 years. Of course, your body's gonna get used to that, innit? Your body's gonna get used to having weed in its system. So once you stop, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you're irritable, you're angry at fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And all you want is a zoot. So yeah, like eventually I managed to wean myself off it. Like eventually I was like, 2 zoots a day, 3 zoots a day, 1 zoot a day. And now I just don't smoke. I can't do it no more because more time it gets me high, but since the stabbing and the PTSD of that, I get bare paranoid. For example, other day, funny story actually, we were at a concert and my boy's there, and his girl has got way too fucked up, like way too on alcohol, and she's doing bumps of ket in the toilet and shit. She's got way too fucked up. Security's kicked her out, and me and my boy's brother had to take her home in a taxi, make sure she was alright. So we took her home, made sure she was alright. Sorry, where was I going with this?
No, we're just talking about the first initial question was, when did you start smoking weed?
Okay.
So we party. You've gone off the.
Oh yeah.
Now you're talking about how you on stage.
Yeah. So I took this girl home and I was looking at her, I was like, damn, this girl's just to the point where it's too fucked up. She can't stand, she can't speak, she's speaking hieroglyphics, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's some fucking Egyptian language, fam. And I'm like, bro, are you speaking Latin to me? Are you trying to fucking hex me or something?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure this girl gets home safe. Her boy's bare pissed off, so he goes to an afters and gets fucked up on cocaine or whatever. And I'm just sitting at home and I'm like, that was my first show. I destroyed it. I did way better than I ever thought I could do. Because, you get the first show, you get your nerves, you're thinking you're going to fuck up your lyrics. But as soon as I got on stage, It felt natural.
Yeah,
I
you
was,
just
I
get
was
into the
like,
flow, innit? You just-
exactly. I was hyping up the crowd for my boy. I was hyping up the crowd for other people. And then when it got to me, I was ready. I was ready. I spat my shit, and I got a couple videos of it. It looked hard. I did a good job, I think. A lot of people were saying my set and my boy's set was the best of the night. So I got a lot of good feedback from that.
Yeah, that's good.
And a lot of confidence as well. A lot of confidence. Like, to be honest with you, if that show went shit, I probably wouldn't be here, because my confidence would be so low.
One of them ones.
I'll be sitting there like, fuck, am I gonna fuck up? Am I gonna say the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Are these guys not gonna rate me? Like, I'm just thinking, right.
But you do know that is your mind playing tricks on you.
Bro, 100%. But I've struggled with anxiety and depression my whole life.
Yeah.
Like very, very, very badly.
Yeah.
Like, it fucked up my school. I from year 10 to year 11, I didn't go to school at all. I was just out smoking weed with my mates. And
did you know that? How long have you had anxiety for?
mate, as long as I can remember, since I was 9, because I've been a carer for my mum since I was about 11.
Okay.
She got disabled before I was born. She was she was working in a pub.
Yeah.
It was a busy night, like a rugby night, bare people.
Yeah.
Manager tells her to go downstairs, get another keg. Her being prideful, her being stubborn, because my mum's bare stubborn and bare prideful. You know how mums are anyway, but she picked up the keg and she felt something go in her back instantly.
Okay.
And what had happened? You know the plates in your vertebrae.
Yeah.
It slipped out of place. But what she did, which is kind of shit, she ignored it. She kept working.
Oh my god.
She kept working on it, and
Over time,
over time it got way worse. And she had 3 children while having that.
Oh my god.
So this happened before. This happened before I was born.
Oh
So
shit.
about a year after like her injury, she had me. 1 point, like, year and a half after that, my brother. A year and a half after that, my sister. Wow. So
she basically, so to even cut you, yeah?
No,
So
it's
she
right,
basically
bro.
had all of you guys after sustaining her back injury, basically.
yeah.
Fucking
So it just made everything worse.
Yeah.
And it got to the point. I hate saying this about my mum, but it's the truth. I'll never lie. I tell her to her face. I'll never lie. She got bedbound, and she was getting obese, like really obese.
Sometimes that happens to. I've seen it like a lot of people around the world. Sometimes when you're bedbound and obviously you just start putting on weight because you're not
Because
really living.
you're not moving, you're not doing nothing.
Literally.
And another thing, she got like this weird addiction to chocolate. So she was eating like 5 bars of dairy milk, proper big bars, like every single day.
It was an escalator.
There you go.
Yeah.
So she just kept getting more obese, more bedbound, less able to move, and the meds she was on, because of how much pain she was in. She was on Oromorph, that's morphine, that's liquid morphine. She was on Tramadol, she was on Pregabalin, all like very, very strong painkillers.
Yeah, these are very strong.
Yeah, she was on promethazine, she was on diazepam, she was on anything you can think of, she was on it.
No.
And that's how I got introduced to those, because I used to steal them drugs from my mum. Different story, but yeah. So
you basically used to. Do you remember back in the days what Eminem used to say? He used to steal his mum's medication.
Yeah. I was moving like that, but I was 13, bro. I didn't know what these meds were. All I did, I looked it up. I was like, oh, they're painkillers. I was like, I swear you can get high off painkillers. So I tried it one time, and I'm smoking weed at this time as well. So
I can't believe you're getting high with pills and weed.
Bro, it's just life, man. It's just
reality,
the way it happened.
But quick question, bro. Sorry to cut you. Quick question. You know when you're 13, yeah?
Yeah.
What even makes you want to steal your mum's pills to try to get high on pills? Because you said you was already smoking weed, right? And I'm thinking, if you're young and you're already smoking weed, isn't that enough for you?
Bro,
at that age?
It was all about escapism. Because, as I said, I was a carer for my mum from a young age.
Yeah.
My dad was always working, because God bless my dad, he dealt with it for 16 years with my mum. He was the housewife, he was the worker, he was the bread earner. And it started getting to the point where...
It took his toll on him.
started taking a toll on him.
Yeah.
And he was drinking heavy. He was doing cocaine, and eventually they broke up. And he's got a new wife now, and he's happy. So that kind of ended in a good way. But with the pills, bro, I found weed, and I was like, this is beautiful. I'm laying back on my bed. I'm fucking zooted out my mind. I'm seeing stars. I'm doing all this shit. But then I look at my mom's pain meds and I see how she reacts to them, and I'm like, she looks bare fucked up right now. So what if I take them? How would I feel? And it was an experimental thing.
I hear that.
So I started looking up like pregabalin, and I'm like, okay, it's a painkiller, and I've heard painkillers can get you high. So I start taking them, but I'm 13, so I don't know how much I'm taking. She's taking the strongest medication, the strongest pregabalin that you can get prescribed in the UK, which is 300 mg.
Fucking hell.
So I was taking 5 pills of that. I was taking 5 pills of tramadol, 50 mg, and smoking zoots. I was just getting fucked up.
You said
fucked up. And this is during school. This is during school times.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm turning up to school, fucking withdrawing from fucking pills. And just one, like, that's why I fucked up my school.
Did anyone you see, like, in your school,
Yeah.
did any of the teachers realize what was going on, or even try to did any teacher realize what was going on?
There was one teacher that I rate to this day called Mr. Nicholson. I'll forever rate him.
Big up Mr. Nicholson.
Big up Mr. Nicholson, for real. But if you're watching this, bro, you're probably not, but I love you, brother.
We hope it gets to him one day. So.
Yeah. But he always supported me. He always asked me every single day, how you doing, Charlie? What's going on? How's home life? Because he knew about my home life. And he could tell something was going on with me. He could tell that I wasn't in the right mindset. He could tell I wasn't there. I wasn't there to learn. I was just there because I had to be there, type thing. So he was very supportive, and that's why I passed media, because he was like my mentor in a type of way. And he managed to persuade whatever, talk to my form tutor, and I ended up getting counselling at school, which, to be fair, at the time it really did help, just having someone to talk to, because obviously I'm caring for my mum. She's fucked up every night because she's taking her meds, and she's just like, bro, it made her a zombie. You couldn't talk to her.
Yeah, because they all have. You're taking a mixture.
That's what I'm saying. And she wasn't taking them like the doctors were prescribing them. She would take them all at once at night, just so she wouldn't feel pain and she could fall asleep.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing it like, I'll take one in the morning, one at night. She just took all of it at once, and it zombified her. And I was so used to this. At one point, she nearly burned down the house because her head had leant against a lampshade and the bulb got too hot and it started burning. I started smelling burning. I was like, what the fuck's that? I was like, mum, get out of the way. Your fucking hair's on fire, bruv.
Was she sleeping? Was she out?
She was
obviously
out.
On
She
the
had no
medication.
idea. She had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Okay,
She had no idea what was going on.
Like, quickly, obviously, we'll go back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously I don't want to say too much, whatever, but when I was younger, like, basically, it's when I first came to this country and I was younger, obviously I came to this country.
Where you originally from, bro?
Uganda.
Okay.
East Africa, Uganda. So when I first came to this country, like, obviously I wasn't the only carer, but I helped one of my uncles, rest in peace. He was suffering he had, like, certain illnesses. And obviously he used to, like, he had a lot of medication, right? Like, the hospital would prescribe a lot of medication to him as well.
Yeah.
And for so many years, obviously, I used to help him to get his medication. I watched him take it. I watched him he used to treat his skin with, obviously, E45. With what I want to say is...
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go, bro.
But I was the same. 10 years old, I had already memorized how many pills and what pills to give my mum, because she was so out of it, she couldn't do it herself. She kept falling asleep, and I knew she had to take her pills. So I'm up at 12 o'clock at night on a school day, 13, 14, 12, 11, sorting her pills out, waking her up like, mum, you gotta take this, you gotta take this. And it's weird, I'm a 10-year-old and I've memorized my mum's fucking drug schedule.
Yeah, basically your mum's medication routine, and
Yeah,
obviously the
yeah.
amount you need to give her every day.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying, like you're helping your uncle out
Yeah.
with meds, and like
Yeah.
that's what I was doing with my mum, and it got to the point where I was literally doing it for her, but this kind of comes back into the other story.
Yeah.
It got to the point where her liver couldn't take it because she was doing it wrong. She wasn't doing it as the doctor prescribed. She was taking all this shit all at once.
Like you said, at night time.
At night time.
Rather than taking bit by bit during the day.
There you go.
Yeah.
And her liver failed. And like I'm in my bedroom, I hear my sister scream, I run upstairs, my mum's coughing up blood, she's seizuring, she's like shaking. And at that point I gotta be the big bro. Because my brother's scared, he's crying. My younger brother, my younger sister, she's crying. I gotta be big bro, I gotta stay I gotta stay strong. I'm on the phone to the ambulance, just like, yeah, I think my mum's overdosing, you gotta get here fast type thing. And it just, shit like that just made my heart cold. And it's that's why these days I find it hard to feel things. Because I'm like, bro, I've been through so much with like different types of things, like with the stabbing and my mum, and then there's other stories of my dad, like he got addicted to cocaine for a bit, and he was a really, really heavy drinker, like 20, I'd wake up in the morning, there's 20 cans in the kitchen that he's drank overnight. And
to deal with all these.
yeah, and I'm young, man. I'm not even I'm barely a teenager.
Bro,
know?
that's what keep on sticking out to me, like the fact that like you was very, very young going through all of that. Obviously it's never always nice for all of these things to happen, regardless if somebody's young or not.
Exactly.
But the main thing that keeps on sticking out to me is like going through all of that at your age. It's like, are you?
I'm still going to school.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you feeling like? Would you say you're never fully healed? Would you say? Are you mad at the world? Did you ever get to a point where you was mad at the world? You know, sometimes certain things happen to us in our life, and we think to ourselves,
I went,
"Fuck the world," or like people might say, "Fuck God," because obviously some people, depending if you're religious, some people might say, "God, why me?"
Yeah.
But yeah, did you ever go through like a certain period where you was mad at the world, or even people within the world?
100%.
Yeah.
There was a long period where I was angry at my mum, because.
Why was you angry with them?
Because I figured out that she wasn't meant to be taking the meds like that. So I was like, I get it, because all she wanted was pain relief and just to get a good night rest. That's all she wanted.
Yeah.
But I was angry at her because she got it. She left it to a level where she's fucking seizuring, like blood coming out her nose, blood coming out her mouth. And 3 of her children are sitting there watching this happen, and I'm calling the ambulance. Ambulance comes, she gets pulled out on a stretcher. We have no idea what the fuck's going on. I have to stay home with my sister and brother, obviously, because they're young, and we have no idea what's fucking going on. And then a week later, she'll come back and she's fine, because the doctors realised what she was doing, so they took all the medication away from her.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, completely. And she was left with ibuprofen and paracetamol, which, again, in itself is fucked up because she's in a lot of pain still. So paracetamol, they don't fuck all.
Yeah, they're just average.
You take paracetamol for a headache, fam.
Yeah,
You're not taking a paracetamol for a disc lodged in your vertebrae. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.